Hey Dragon Slayers, today's video is about how to keep burning fat while fasting like a girl. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. Let's get started. Of all the macronutrients, fat stabilizes your blood sugar the most. In fact, in many cases, Dr. Mindy has seen fats lower a person's blood sugar. This makes fat the perfect fuel to break a fast with if you're trying to elongate a fast to burn more fat. Dr. Mindy has even used this trick with a few fasters that she's coached. If 13 hours seems like a daunting amount of time to go without food, eating a little fat during your fasting window often won't pull you out of a fasted state. The hardest part is figuring out which fats to eat. Fat bombs, foods that are primarily made up of fat, is a term you hear followers of the ketogenic diet talk about a lot. Dreaming up new fat bombs can be challenging. The good news is that once you start looking for fat bombs, you'll notice there are several companies that have created the perfect on the go fat bombs already. One of her favorites is called Keto Cups. You can always find these in her cupboard when she needs a quick bite to eat but doesn't want to step out of ketosis. In her busiest workdays, she often grabs a couple of those to keep her going until she can sit down and have a proper meal. MCT oil in your coffee is another example of an added fat that helps during fasting. Dr. Mindy has seen people turn their coffee into a smoothie, adding grass fed cream, butter, and MCT oil. If you put a little bit of prebiotic fibers in there, you'll also support the changing microbiome that fasting offers you. Although Dr. Mindy has fat listed here as breaking a fast, it technically doesn't break your fast. It just helps lengthen your fasting time. As with all foods, you need to check it with your blood sugar to see what it does to you. Most people do notice that fat kills their hunger, but what it does to your blood sugar will depend on the variables that she has mentioned before. Foods to break your fast with that keep you burning fat are avocado, raw nuts or nut butters, olives, and bone broth. So I kind of have a little disclaimer to add to this, similar to the one that I did in the last video, is that if you eat too much fat, if you fast too long and you eat too much fat, it's terrible. It is absolutely disastrous. And when I say this, I'm specifically talking about kind of in the 24-hour plus range. Some people can have discomfort at 22 hours or 20 hours. I've never had discomfort at 17 hours. So if you're doing anything that is 17, like 13 to 72, 17 hours of fasting, you shouldn't have any problem. But if you go beyond 20 hours, 22, 24 hours, and you break your fast with like a fat bomb, it'll be disastrous for a lot of people. I'm one of those people, so I don't really recommend that, but just use caution when going beyond 17 hours. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. And remember guys, that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.